Okay, let's start this webinar. So, hello everyone. I welcome you all to this Zoho Creator webinar session. So, topic of today's webinar is customizing the UX with widgets and rebranding Android apps in Zoho Creator. So, let me introduce myself. I'm Ram Suraj, product consultant at Spikra, and I'll be the host for this session today. With me, I have my colleague Sangeeta, who will be taking care of the polls and this for the session in the back end. Let's see the agenda for today. So, starting from the first, this is all about the Zoho Creator and the feature, the widget feature that is inside the Zoho Creator. So what is Zoho Creator? And then how Creator solves a problem or a business vertical solutions, and then components and key features of Creator, and why we go for widgets, and how does the API helps to implement the widgets, and then how to host the widgets, and at last, we have quick demo sessions for both widget implementation and rebranding of Android application. So let's get started with the Zoho Creator. So before getting into the Zoho Creator, um, we'll just run the poll like how all the people know about the Zoho Creator product. So let's go with the poll now. 5 people have voted for now. We'll just wait for a minute for the remaining people to get voted. Okay. Uh, so the 42% of people are not at all familiar with the creator, and some people got likely familiar with the creator. Let's get into the topic. So, what is Zoho Creator? So, Zoho Creator is a low-code application development platform. So that empowers businesses to build custom apps. So with little to no coding. So when it comes to little to no coding, we'll be like, uh, what is with little and no coding? So we already have known about the no code tool and the low code tool. So this is somewhere between the both. Uh, Here we can implement with no code also, and if we need to extend the capabilities of the features, we'll go for the coding part. Hmm, Not much, because the creator itself take care of the backend completely. So only with the little bit of backend configurations, and then taking control of the entire front end, we need some coding. Apart from that, if we need to configure more into the Zoho Creator, um, we'll be having the deluge script. When you come into Zoho environment, you'll all know about the deluge script, which runs inside all the Zoho products. So which empowers the features and capabilities, which will be get to increase the capabilities of the product itself. So um, getting into the points. So SMEs needing quick digital transformation. So SMEs, we know that small to medium enterprises will get used with this Zoho Creator to quickly transform their entire business flow. Um, so for SMEs, the time and resources are often limited. So Zoho Creator offers a fast and cost-effective way to move away from spreadsheets and manual processes with ready-made templates and drag and drop features, so they can digitize the operations in days and not months. So getting into the interfaces with custom process flows. So when we custom the process flows, we know that larger organizations often need some custom process flows that can't be solved by off-the-shelf software. So Zoho Creator allows them to design apps that perfectly fit their unique requirements, whether it's integrating with other tools or building role-based access for different teams. And then the third is consultants and developers building white label apps. So Zoho Creator provides white labeling the apps, so we can rebrand the apps which you are creating inside the Zoho Creator. Like we can create individual Android application as well as the iOS application inside the Zoho Creator. It provides provision to create rebranding of the apps that we create inside. So moving on to the next slide, the problem statement and solution on Creator. So basically, why do we move to the Creator? The first question we'll get, how do I quickly monitor manager approval status for any custom actions? So for this, we can answer like generate an interactive Kanban report to quickly monitor comments and affect any custom actions. So we'll all get to know that Zoho Creator has so many features on the dashboards. We can create so many dashboards, and then it has some built-in features like Kanban view, and then the list view, spreadsheet view. These are all the inbuilt features to showcase uh, the reports, and then to display it in the dashboards. And then to the second question, how do I create a custom application screen that gives me quick access to different components? So simply, we'll create a page in the Zoho Creator. Inside, we can create a custom homepage and then up and into the pages, or use the widgets to enhance the page features, and then publish it as an application. So what are all the four key components in Zoho Creator? So when you take Zoho Creator, there are four major components, that is forms, reports, and workflows, and Atlas pages. So generally, all people get to fill forms. If you go, um, forms is a basic thing that we fill in our daily life. So whether we need to register for a webinar, for this webinar also, you could have registered a form before getting into the webinar, or registering to the webinar. So the basic entity of the Zoho Creator is forms. So only if you create a form, you can create a report, and then you can give a workflow on the forms, and then based on the report, we can give the unique dashboards using the pages. So the forms is a basic quality and the basic entity which comes under the Zoho Creator. So forms are the foundation of any Zoho Creator app, and then they allow you to capture and structure data using fields like text, date, and drop downs, and file uploads, and more. So you can even generate a QR code or inside the forms. So we have generating a QR code option also inside the Zoho Creator. So we can also add rules and validations to control how data is entered and processed. So when you come to the form data, when you fill data, we need like generally we'll have some validations, like only the numbers can be entered, and then the digits of numbers can be controlled. So these comes under the validations. So the validations are the inbuilt features in the forms that we can control how data is entered and processed. For example, we can take a customer feedback form, an employee onboarding form can be done using the Zoho Creator. And then getting onto the reports. So, reports generally have the data which we filled out of the form. So reports help you turn the raw data into the meaningful insights through tables, charts, calendars, and Kanban views. So you can make the report into different types of views. and you can also filter, group, and sort data, and making it easier for users to interact with and analyze real-time information. Um, and the third one is workflows. So so when you get into the workflows, we know that we can automate your logic. We have some logic according to that the form is working. So when you come to the multi forms, so if you take a form one, you're filling on the form one, the data with some data you might get from the form one, and it will be passed to the form two. So that there will be having a lookup and lookup on the form one, and when we get the data, it will be passed on to the form two, and then from the form two, it will get after submitting the form two, we'll see all the data in the reports. Collectively, we'll get to see all the data on the reports. So this is the basic workflow. So we can change this workflow according to the individual business needs. So here, the workflows let you define the custom business logic and automate tasks like sending notification and then updating records or triggering approvals. So these workflows can be managed using the deluge script. Here, the deluge is going to play the crucial role. So here, there comes the Zoho's low coding scripting language. So Deluge is a low code scripting language where we can customize it to send the notifications or update the record or do the CRUD operations uh, inside a form or the record. So and then comes to coming to the pages. The pages are the important feature that we are going to see today. So because the widgets are embedded into the pages, so custom dashboards and UI controls can be made using the pages. So the pages allow you to design custom dashboards and interfaces using drag and drop elements. So for deeper customization, you can use widgets to build advanced UI with HTML, CSS, or JavaScript, and even connect to third-party services. For example, I can take a dynamic dashboard with key metrics, charts, and live data feeds. So these are the four major components in Zoho Creator. So getting into the widgets, these are the main crucial role which going to play in this webinar session. So getting into the widgets, you all know that we can customize using the widgets. We can play with the UI elements and then with these widgets. So create and customize features that are specific to your app. So you can create a feature, configure it as a widget, and then add it to your page to attain the kind of usability you are looking for. And then, for example, let's assume that you are an automobile dealer and have an application dashboard for your monthly sales related data. So this dashboard has details of the number of vehicles sold, and then a comparison of the previous month's sales, and then the sales team's individual performance, or and the customer feedback form. So we all know that in the inbuilt features comes under the Zoho or Kanban view, list view, and worksheet view. So all these are the inbuilt features which comes under the Zoho. But if you need a matrix type of data to be displayed, or if you need a can say that a containerized view in a grid mannerism or in the flex mannerism, so you can customize using it using the widgets. So using the JavaScript, CSS, and HTML, you can create this form and upload it to the creator and introduce it into the required page as a widget. So there you can you have your desired view where you can look into the UI part. So this redefines the way of your application interacts with your customers. So that's it for the widgets. Let's moving to the widget API documentation. So this API documentation going to play a crucial role between the widget and the creator itself, because this plays the communication tool or communication role where it pulls out all the data from the reports to the widgets and widgets to the reports or forms. whatever they are available in the Zoho Creator. So basically, we have two JS API versions available. That is version 1 and version 2. Version 1, basically, we need to get into some process like initiate the Z, and then after initiation only we can do the uh, we can make add or get records functionalities in the widget. So in the version 2, the initiation is not needed. So we'll be having directly we can access the data. For example, for publishing a page, we'll go to the version 2 because the util functions and then uh, the page in the util functions are more available on version 2. So when you get into the version 2, the utility functions will be provided there, and you don't need to initialize the Z for using for getting the records or using the APIs into the widget. So Zoho Creator provides JS API tasks that allow you to perform like CRUD operations from within the widgets inserted in an application's page component. So in other words, we can say that these tasks are a wrapper of the Creator REST APIs. So generally, we have all the REST APIs into the Zoho products. So we can say that this JS API comes under this is the wrapper of the Creator REST APIs. So and then we can say that in the widget, we have some permissions, rules and permissions that play a role because the page you are accessing, the form you are accessing, or the report you are accessing needs to be given the permission to the when you're accessing with the pages because the pages holds the widgets. So these widgets need to be given the permission with the respective forms or respective reports to get to access the data from it and then to manipulate the data and project the data. So here, let's take an example, like example use case here, add and update records in the same application. So say you have inserted a timer widget in the project management application. When an employee starts working on a project, they click the start button in the widget. This adds the record to the project timeline form. So when we click the button in the widget, a record is added in the project timeline form where we have a form called a project timeline and the record is added there. So when the employee completes the project and clicks the finish project button, so the same record is updated with the end timeline. So this is and this is achieved using the add records and update records JS APIs. So basically what it does is if you click the end button, so since then the timer is running and then when we click the end button, so it gets the actual time. So it gets the current time and gets updated to the record which has already been added when we started the project. So that's how we can update records on the JS APIs. So for this JS API, we need to configure it inside the JavaScript coding. So for example, we can take for these JS APIs, we need the CDN URL. This CDN URL is appended into the script tab while configuring or coding the widget part. So this comes under the coding part of the widget. So and then um, hosting of widgets. So there are two major things like when we host the widgets, there are two types that is internal and external. When we do a demo session, we'll be get to know that what is internal and external. For an overview, I can say that internal applications is like if you're running um, the application from the Zoho itself. Like you have created a Z application and then pushed the .zip file into the Zoho Creator. So it runs from the creator itself because the entire application you have zipped it into a folder and uploaded into the creator. So and then with the external, so external is nothing but if you are testing or developing the widgets, the external link will be useful. For example, we can take when we are developing a widget, will be running in the local host. So local host with the port number. So what we can do is while we are testing the widgets, we'll get used with the external thing, and then we'll paste the local host with the port number, uh, so to test the widget of configurations and functionality locally. So this doesn't get reflected on the app globally. So only the local host, from the local host we can view, only the admin can view, or the user who are configuring the application can get viewed with the local host widgets. Whereas only if we zip the folder and then upload it to the Zoho Creator, it gets globally viewed. So the next is rebranding of the mobile app. Before getting into the rebranding, so we'll run a poll once again. So yeah, the question is how high a priority is consistent brand representation across your organization's mobile apps. So some people have voted like somewhat it is important, and some people have voted like it is very important. So let's get started with the rebranding of the mobile app. So once you configure the mobile application into the Zoho Creator, you have the provision to rebrand it and then to rename it as your brand's name and put and publishing into the Play Store or the App Store. So the Zoho Creator has two variants, like the mobile app has two variants. One is a user app and the customer app. So the user app is the main user who is using the Zoho Creator application, and then the customer app, it's on the customers. Like we have a separate customer portal or called the portal users who will be using the app from the client side or as an end user. So the admin can usually use the web version, and then the client can use the customer portal as a mobile version, or even the client can, I mean, the end user can use the customer portal as a web version too. So and then we'll be seeing the code signing of an Android app. So before getting into the code signing, I'll explain some processes on the rebranding. So when you get the native mobile application, so these rebranding can be uh, can give the native mobile application for the iOS and Android mobile operating systems. And then if you need to rebrand it, we need to do some prerequisites for regarding the developer certification mm, that are fulfilled for the respective operating systems. So we have both Android and iOS. So basically, what it does is rebranding. It promotes the brand recognition across the Play Store or App Store. When you have the brand name, when you have an app on your brand name into the Play Store or App Store. So, and then we'll be having a demo of generating keystore file. Yeah. So before getting into the code sign process, so we need some prerequisites like generating the keystore file and download the Firebase config file. So and download the FCM server key. So the keystore, before getting into the keystore, so we'll just see how we can create or generate a keystore file that needs to that will be helpful to create a rebranded app. So I'll share the command prompt now. So to generate the keystore file, we need the Java development kit to be installed in our system. So that is a major thing. So it's going to create the keystore file. So first of all, we need to download the Java JDK into the system. So I've already downloaded the JDK into the system. So let me check the version of it. I already have the Java with version number 23. So let's get with the key store to create a key store file. So create a key store file. Um, we have a code. So I'll share here. So this is a command that we need to create a key store file. So we need to change the release name and then the alias name before creating a tool. Let me keep like test 321 as an alias name, and my release key is test 4321. So it asks for the key store password. So we can set any password. Let me keep like test 1234 as a key store password. So okay, it asks for many. So it asks for the key store password again. Yeah, that's it. We have created a key store file. So now in my document section, so I could see the key store file is already stored here. Let me share you the document there. So here I could see the file which I created, this 4321.keystore. So just now it's already created in the documents folder. So basically why you need keystore. So let us see here. So keystore is a secure file that holds the cryptographic keys used to sign your Android app. So basically, if you are going to rebrand your Android app, you need this keystore file where you need to sign it. It's like a digital passport that proves the app is legitimate and not has been tampered. So when you build a branded app, mobile app in Zoho Creator for your customer, the app must be digitally signed using the customer's key store before it can be published to the Google Play Store or the App Store. So basically, the App Store follows a different procedure. Like we need to create a certificates or .p12 certificates to create the App Store, and then the key store contains two things: the key pass. One is the private key, and one is the public key. So for the private key, the secret key is used to sign the app, and this proves the app is from a trusted source. The key should never be shared. We know that the private key should never be shared. So, and then the public key is used on the other end, where it's used by the Play Store to verify the signature of the app. So it ensures the app has not been modified after signing. So it's the public key is safe to share for verification. Okay. And then we'll get to the widget implementation now. So I've created widget implementation already on my creator app. So let me just get into that. Okay. So um, this is creator application. So inside it, I have created a form. So and then I created a that created a report inside, and I have created a pages. So inside pages, I have embedded the widget. So straight away, I'll get to the widget test here. So I have used the HTML and CSS code to completely um, make a UI designs here. So I have the card views here using the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So here I've created a card view, and then I created a label. So I place a logo or icon, whatever I think, and then I've given a heading and subheading. Um, those are all in a bold title and lighter subtitle text. So and we have a call to action button. So and we can keep the footer text and then flexbox grid layout. So here I have kept a grid layout here. So all the three cards are on the same grid, and I've given some background gradient also. So this I have created using the widget code. So this is the widget code which I embedded into the system. So this has the style and then the JS code and then the HTML code to style those uh, UI elements into the page. Let me, so yeah, so this is what I have been saying, the two types of hosting in the widgets like internal and external. So the widget tests that you have seen now, it's internal. I have uploaded the entire zip file into the Zoho Creator and it runs globally. So whereas I have some one another widget code which is running in the external hosting, so which is running in my system. So I have run that is running in the local host. So I've given the port number. So in the port number 5000, the code is running. So let me just get on to that again. So okay, let's take feedback from here. So in we have seen the UI which I have kept, which I coded for here, the price plan to show the price plans of some product. So in the same UI element or in the same structure, we can make a feedback form or showcase the feedbacks of the customer using when the user fills the form, it gets stored into the report, and then from the report we are taking the data from the report using the widget API, JS APIs, and then configuring it into the card structure. So where I have this widget. So let's say this. This comes from the feedback form. So I have the feedback form here. So if I fill a feedback form here, so it gets stored into the feedback form report. From the report, we can customize the view into the card structure or some matrix type view or in a different views that cannot be achieved using the inbuilt features in the Zoho Creator. So like if I delete some uh, data from the report, it just reflects in here. So let me add a form and fill the form and submit it. Let me submit it. The data is added successfully to the report now. So it gets viewed in the widget too. So I've added new data here. So it gets added in the card view format. So that's how the widget is configured, and we can use the tools powerfully, and we can customize according to our needs. So if you have any queries or any questions, there's a time you can ask further questions. Yeah, I didn't receive any questions. I hope that this session you understood the creator and learned something about the power of widgets and customizing the widgets to perform the better UI or UX into the creator pages. Thank you so much.